By Takonda Mayodza, the Zimbabwe Manpower Development Fund Zimdef could have lost millions of dollars after a bank name withheld in which it invested $5 million offered to settle the debt with a piece of land comprising 85 undeveloped stands in Crow Hill, Harare. A former higher education minister, Jonathan Moyo. This was after Zimdef failed to retrieve the $5 million investment from the bank. Documents in the Herald's possession show that the Zimdef management, which was sent on forced leave by new higher and tertiary education, science and technology development minister Professor Amon Mawira, pending a forensic audit, agreed to the BATA deal. They cited approval by then higher and tertiary education, science and technology development minister and the fund's trustee Professor Jonathan Moyo. The bank owed Zimdef $5,086,307. Zimdef has been holding the bank's property deeds, ceded by the bank as security. The bank has agreed to transfer the property, Lot J of Borrowdale, in full settlement of the debt owed to Zimdef. The bank claims Lot J of Borrowdale is valued at $4,187,704. The bank proposed to settle the difference using similar properties within Lot J of Borrowdale. In valuation of the stands, the bank engaged Green Plan Private Limited, while Zimdef engaged Entredev valuation surveyors. The valuations by Green Plan and Entredev differ significantly. Entredev argues the market value of Lot J of Borrowdale is $1,135,400. Green Plan pegged the market value at $7,365,000. The first and notable difference between the two valuations by Green Plan Private Limited and Entredev valuation surveyors are the derived market. The values as instructed by the respective clients. Green Plan Private Limited stated a market value of $7,365,000, while Entredev had a market value of $1,135,400, giving a big variance of $6,229,600 between the two valuations. I wonder why a huge disparity in value arises, reads an arbitration report by Mr. Thompson Makuyana of Amazon Real Estate Agents. Amazon was appointed arbitrator after the bank and Zimdef failed to agree on the value of the stands. Green Plan evaluated the stand on December 31, 2014, while Entredev did the same on February 24, 2015. Entredev argued the stands fall under Goromonzi Rural District Council's owned residential. Green Plan says the stands were formerly under the jurisdiction of Goromonzi Rural District Council, designated commercial or agricultural land, but now fall under City of Harare. The stands are shares held by Letstri Investments Private Limited. The difference in jurisdiction implies a different view in valuation, as status and demand in City of Harare and Goromonzi are different. Entredev did well in giving a clear property market review which was or is necessary, under which it was working on. This may come from its own assessment or derived from monetary policy statements from relevant authorities, mainly the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe, governor data, or information from government central statistical officers, said Mr. Makuyana. The arbitrator said Entredev also picked the underperformance of the property market value due to liquidity challenges with mortgage finance marginally available. Generally, price recalculation of anything in the market in line with market capacity, and therefore properties have seen downward trend in values, said Mr. Makuyana. Entredev used comparable market evidence in its valuation and provided empirical evidence and sources of the comparable evidence with a selling price upper limit of $25,000 and an average rate of $20 per square meter, assuming a stand size of 1,250 square meters. Green Plan argued that Lot J of Borrowdale has a potential to be granted a development permit, with similar permitted land uses being a residential housing scheme in a gated community complemented by commercial developments like retail, recreational and institutional developments, compared to Beverly Hills Golf Estate and Borrowdale Brook. It appears Green Plan is not privy to the full appreciation of fact that the subject properties are situated in various locations or sections on a large-scale layout with 9 blocks of minimum 2 stands up to 20 stands. How can this be a secluded gated community? This cannot form a secluded gated community compared to Dandaro Village and Borrowdale Brook unless if the whole Crow Hill Views is developed into a gated community, which is impossible given the layout, design, extent of land and the number of units, which are over 3,000, said Mr. Makuyana. He said Green Plan was over-ambitious and its proposal falls away. The elaboration and benefits of such gated lifestyle and prestige communities proposal could have misled the analysis of market value by merely building castles in the air, added Mr. Makuyana. He also dismissed attempts by Green Plan to match Crow Hill with Borrowdale Brook, saying, Borrowdale Brook is an established, successful, gated, sizable community more appealing in the market as compared to the subject properties. Mr. Makuyana also noted that Green Plan took developments envisioned by the bank in arriving at market price even without development permit, adding that the valuer could have taken the idea as a proposal. He said it was also not proper to value the undeveloped area as if it had been developed. In tradition and practice, we are not encouraged to sell chicks before they hatch, said Mr. Makuyana. He rejected the two valuation reports by Green Plan and Ontradev. I have the honor to include in my analysis the sale I was personally involved with in January 2015 of a portion of Lot H of Borrowdale Estate with a few improvements of dotted homes on over 20-hectare pikes of land within 3 kilometers radius to east of Crow Hill Views. The land has been bought in anticipation for development. The price achieved on raw land was around $10 per square meter, added Mr. Makuyana. He also noted that the going price for serviced land in different suburbs from Sunway City Ruwa to Mount Pleasant in 2015 ranged between $22 per square meter and $40 per square meter. It is only in Borrowdale Brook where the price was pegged at $150 per square meter. Mr. Makuyana ruled that the total fair market value for Lot J of Borrowdale of $4,184,704 be awarded. Zimdef has since agreed to the deal, citing approval by Professor Moyo. Please find attached the authority granted to the Zimdef CEO by the Minister and Trustee of Zimdef, the Minister of Higher and Tertiary Education, Science and Technology Development regarding the transfer of the 85 Crow Hill stands, reads a letter from Zimdef Project Manager Mr. D. Moringa to lawyers Dubanda Nzari Yapenya and partners. Efforts to get a comment from Zimdef Chief Executive Officer Mr. Frederick Mendes Vidza were fruitless yesterday. In an interview yesterday, Professor Mawira said his ministry was taking action as evidenced by the sending on forced leave of the Zimdef management and the institution of a forensic audit at the organization. Why we are doing forensic audit is exactly to find out what is the state of transactions in the organization. We really want to go to the bottom of the matter. We are carrying out a forensic audit so that we do not accuse someone without getting the facts. I am hoping we will get as much as possible. We want government to function properly and be able to account for national funds. One of the president's top priority is to fight corruption, not by word of mouth but through action, said Professor Mawira. The Herald.